Welcome to Farm Flashcard videos, where learning is fun. So, learning pharmacology is a tough job. But now, no worries. Because I have come up with the idea of making flashcard. So, let's make it easy and returnable. So, basically, in these videos, I will make flashcards of each and every drug that is used in a clinical practice. I will give you all the high-yield points about mechanism of action, uses, side effects and pharmacokinetics, and at the end of each video I will give you case scenario so that it will be more meaningful for you to understand it. So on one side you are learning the theory and on other side you are also getting the glimpse of the practical use of the drug. So it's like two-edged sword. So no wasting much of your time. Let's get started. So in this flashcard video, we will talk about H2 blockers. So what are the drugs that causes H2 blocking? Ranitidine, cimetidine, famotidine and nizatidine. So this tidine will help you to remember that this drug belongs to H2 blockers. Okay. First we will talk about the mechanism of action. So it binds to H2 receptor on the parietal cell of the gastric mucosa and causes inhibition of the action of that receptor, which will lead to decreased cyclic AMP and which will again lead to decreased action of H plus K plus ATPase pump. And this binding is reversible. Don't worry, I will explain you in the picture given here. Okay, so this is the gastric parietal cell. Okay, this is the luminal side, this is the basal side. Normally what happens is, take this as a histamine. Okay, when histamine comes here and binds to this H2 receptor, what happens is cyclic AMP is increased. Now the cyclic AMP is the second messenger. Okay, now what this messenger do is, it will cause activation of this pump, that is H plus K plus ATPase pump, and this will cause release of H plus ions. Now this H plus combining with chloride will form HCl. Okay, that is the gastric acid in the stomach. Now what happens is, in some patient there is increased action of this H plus K plus ATPase pump, okay, or increased production of HCl, and this will lead to symptoms of heartburn. Okay, there may be dyspepsia. So now we give this patient a drug that is H2 blockers. Okay, ranitidine, cimetidine, famotidine, nizatidine. Now what this drug does is, it will bind here to the receptor, that is H2 receptor on the gastric parietal cell, and it will inhibit this receptor. Inhibition of this receptor will lead to no rise in cyclic AMP, and which will lead to no action of H plus K plus ATPase pump and no release of HCl, and thus the patient will be relieved of his symptoms. So in this way, knowing the mechanism of action of drug, you will also know the use. Okay, so now it is a common sense that we will use to decrease HCl, and where HCl is increased, okay, in peptic ulcer disease and in GERD. Okay, this is mainly occurs because of this increased HCl, okay, or because of the effect of the HCl on the mucosa. Now this HCl release in peptic ulcer disease will cause ulcer in the gastric mucosa, and in GERD this HCl will be refluxed into the esophagus, and it will cause heartburn and other symptoms. Okay, it may also cause Barrett's esophagus, which is a pre-cancerous condition. So we should stop this, and we can stop this by using H2 blockers. So now I think it will be easy for you to remember. Okay, I will try to make it as simpler as possible. So now uses are GERD and peptic ulcer disease. Okay, now we'll talk about the side effects. What are the side effects? Headache, most common side effect. Okay, if you give the patient ranitidine, cimetidine, famotidine, nizatidine, patient will complain of this side effect. Okay, headache. Then cimetidine also causes anti-androgenic side effect, which leads to gynecomastia. And because of this side effect, cimetidine is not a popular drug nowadays. And this is the most important point to remember, that is, it causes inhibition of cytochrome P450. Now, the cytochrome P450 in the liver, what it does is it causes metabolism of the drugs, metabolism of various drugs. Now, you imagine that if this is blocked, that means there will be no metabolism of the drugs and there will be increased amount of drug. Okay, and this will lead to drug toxicity. So when we give patients this drug, we should keep this in mind. Okay, for example, if we are giving warfarin to a patient, okay, plus we are also giving them ranitidine. So now what will happen is this amount of warfarin will increase, and we know that warfarin is an anticoagulant drug, so there will be chance of bleeding in this patient because the amount of the drug is increased beyond its particular dosage. Okay, because it is not be able to metabolize in the body, so many a times it will be hazardous. Okay, so please keep this point in mind. Now let's take the case scenario so that it will be more meaningful and more easy for you to understand. There's a 67-old man presented to OPD with the complaint of heartburn since many months. Okay, and he was also taking the drug for the same, that is, he is taking a drug for heartburn. Okay, now he has also a history of AFib. So as the patient is having the history of atrial fibrillation, okay, he will be on anticoagulant, and the anticoagulant was warfarin. Now on examination, we found that there was a gynecomastia, and we also did blood reports, and where we seen PT was increased, prothrombin time was raised. Okay, so this will cause bleeding. So there are chances of bleeding in this patient, okay, if we don't take care. So now they are asking us that what was the drug causing this. So I've already explained you in the before slide that this warfarin and ranitidine interaction. So it is same that the patient is taking H2 blockers. Okay. So in this way, you can come up to the diagnosis, come up to the answer if you know the mechanism, you know the side effect, you know the use. Okay, so here our patient is have a heartburn. Patient is having heartburn, and patient has atrial fibrillation, right? And he was on warfarin. And when we examined, there was a gynecomastia and prothrombin was raised. So now we know why it occurs, because there was cytochrome P450 inhibition by this H2 blocker, which cause increased amount of warfarin in the body and which lead to increased prothrombin time. And this drug, that is H2 blocker, directly causes gynecomastia. So this way you need to apply the knowledge, okay, in the clinical practice. So when you do the theory, try to also try to know about the clinical implication of this theory. Okay, so at the same time you should do theory, plus you should try to cover your practical part also. So in this video series I am trying to help you with this. And so yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, because I am making more and more videos on this farm flashcard series, so that it will be useful for you